This is part 2 of my series designed to help you run your small business, because if you are an independently contracted professional wrestler, you're an entrepreneur. And this small business that you're running, you are not just the CEO, but you are also the sales department, which I covered back in part 1 of this series, and you're also the marketing department, which is what we're covering right now. Part 2. Start spreading the news. Your small business provides the service of entertaining wrestling fans. And if you want to get hired to provide that service by wrestling promoters and bookers and their parent organizations, you have to advertise. That's exactly what you're going to be doing in your marketing efforts. And I want to help you avoid some of the mistakes your competitors are making right now. So we're going to take a look at both mass marketing efforts and targeted marketing efforts. Everything you post to social media is mass marketing. It just gets blasted out to lots and lots of people all at once. That's very different from a targeted marketing message, which goes to just one person or a small group of people. And I think for that reason alone, there are plenty of other reasons too, but for that reason alone, you need a separate set of social media accounts for your professional life, and they do not mix or commingle with your personal life. For the same reason that a law firm's social media never posts passive-aggressive comments about the recent breakup one of their attorneys went through, there needs to be a separation. One presents a very professional tone, and the other can be more personal. But that's why I am of the opinion you need separate social media for your personal life and your professional life. Make no mistakes about it. What you post on social media is advertising, and each one of those mass marketing posts you put out there, it has to align with your sales pitch. Now, you'll remember back in part 1 of this series, we talked about how to hone your sales pitch and make it clear and concise, so that anyone who happens to see your social media is really clear, really quickly on what you're selling. And let's use some of the examples we came up with back in part 1. Let's say that you are the high-flying phenomenon. That's your value proposition. You might have a short of you doing some really intricate chain wrestling, but is that the kind of advertising you want to put out there if what you're selling is the high-flying phenomenon? No, I don't think it is. Everything you put out as mass marketing for your small business needs to reinforce that pitch. It needs to be posts, clips, reels, shorts of you doing phenomenal high flying. All of this messaging needs to be clear and concise. Let's change perspectives for a second. Let's say you run a marketing agency and you just got hired to market the European powerhouse on social media. So if you have a clip of the European powerhouse performing a pescado plancha out of the ring, and then you have another clip of the European powerhouse showing a feat of strength, which of these two aligns with the pitch better? Or if you've got to make a post, are you going to post something of the European powerhouse showing off their ripped physique, or an image of the European powerhouse leaping over the top rope? When we think about it from that point of view, it's obvious. What are we trying to sell? Well, then we know what we should be posting. Simply put, if you want more paying work, if you want more bookings on your calendar, be clear and concise with every piece of mass marketing you post. This next part is really powerful, so listen closely. We're going to switch from mass marketing, and we're going to talk about your targeted marketing next. When you reach out to a wrestling organization seeking a work opportunity by sending an email to the promoter, the booker, etc., you are doing targeted marketing. It's directed at one person or a small group of people. And as you are just getting your small business venture up and running, as you're trying to fill your calendar with paying work, I'm of the opinion you should be doing this kind of work every single day. If you want your targeted marketing messages to yield positive results for you, it won't surprise you to learn your messaging needs to be clear and concise. So if you're sending messages which run on too long or focus on the wrong things, you're unlikely to get the gig. You have to write this as a business person appealing to another business person for a work opportunity. And just to call out a bad example, you don't want to send a message like this. Sup, I see you've got a show coming up. What's a bro got to do to get booked? Hit me back. That message is not professional enough to result in paying work. If you were trying to get a job, is that message how you would choose to make your first impression? Of course not. And even if someone took the time to actually read that, where's the pitch? Where are you explaining what you add to a roster, what you add to a live event? Remember this. You are competing against an ever-increasing number of other independently contracted professional wrestlers, other small businesses out there that want the same work opportunities that you are chasing. And there aren't infinite bookings out there to be had. They are finite in their supply, which is why people are competing to get them. To make sure your targeted marketing efforts yield good results, we need to reinvent this message entirely. Number one, with a more professional tone. And number two, by making it clear what you add to the show. I'll put this up on screen for you in a moment. It took me just under 2 minutes to write this targeted marketing message to the booker of UKPW, I'll Be Slammin'. And feel free to rip off as much of this as you like. Ready? Here's what I came up with. Dear Mr. Slammin', how are you? I'm Laszlo Novak, a pro wrestler with 3 years of experience performing as the European Powerhouse. I'm seeking new opportunities outside of Eastern Europe and would like to inquire about future opportunities at UKPW. Are you currently looking for new talent to add to your roster? If so, please take a look at my Dropbox, which contains my wrestling resume, recent photos, and a short video. It provides an up-to-date look at the babyface strongman character I've portrayed in my last 115 matches. I have a valid passport, love to travel, and look forward to hearing back from you. And here's the Dropbox link. Thank you for your time and consideration. Laszlo Novak, the European Powerhouse. I know getting your marketing right, whether it's targeted marketing or mass marketing, isn't easy, but it is a skill, and it's a skill you can learn. If you want to find success in professional wrestling, if you want your small business venture to be successful, it's a skill I think you must cultivate. And the people that take the time to do this typically find they are able to rocket past others in terms of the opportunities that they get, the elevated profile that they enjoy, and the money that they earn.